Hi you guys, I'm back again tonight. I wanted to film a video for you that talked about all the remedies that I have used in the past and all the things that kind of keep me living day by day. One of the biggest things that I want to start the video off with, and I'm going to try to end the video off with, and I'll probably say several times, is that for me, my journey is different. Everyone's journey is different. Some people their bodies need everything that is like any pharmaceuticals, any prescriptions from doctors. Some have figured out how to do it all holistically. For me, I would say I am in the middle. My husband said the best thing last night to me, and he said, you may not be alive without all of your medical help, but you've been able to live day by day because of the holistic. So I think that for me, I am very pro either side. I think that either is amazing. Science is amazing, whichever way you look at it. So it's done so many great things to keep me here, to keep a lot of you living day by day. So I'm beyond grateful. So my first condition that I wanted to kind of talk to you about is that autoimmune neutropenia. So for that, when I was about 15, I started on Neupogen. Now, I never thought that I would see a day where I would have Neupogen in my fridge that would expire. This is from, it expired in August. Like, how amazing. I'm so grateful for everything that my doctors and my nutritionists and my chiropractors and everyone, it's taken a village to get here, but it's been about a year since I've needed these. I used them for about from the time I was about 15 to 21. They definitely, for me, kept me alive. Basically what this is, and I love these, okay, if you are like a parent or someone trying to figure out like the best way to get Neupogen, if you can get it pre-filled, these are amazing. All you have to do, seriously, here, I'll show you. Super easy. You just like take the peel off, and then you take off the cap. I won't do it just in case. And then you just have to lift the lever up, and you stick it in your leg, or you stick it in your stomach. The only reason why I do highly suggest these is if you are giving them to yourself, I would ask your pharmacist for that, because it's so much easier if your insurance and pharmacy can help you with that. I was 15 when I started, so I was very independent, so my parents weren't giving it to me, but when there were a few times where I had to use, like, they would give me insulin needles, or they would give me larger needles that weren't meant for Neupogen. They weren't meant for what I needed it for, but I just had to go with it, and it was just something that I had to fill up on my own. It's no big deal, but the tricky part was my hands are just not long enough, so I would try to get around, and I would try to put the injection in me, and sometimes it was like too tricky, like, so I ended up having friends in college help me out, or my mom and dad would have to help me out then. So if you're thinking independence and you are struggling with neutropenia, I love my little guys. They're awesome. They're easy to use. But I'm so grateful. I still have neutropenia, but this is where, for me, the medical saved my life, but the holistic has kind of taken over in that aspect. I've been actually using a lot lately too, just because for me, I personally believe that the Epstein-Barr virus, and I'll talk about that, I'll post a few videos too of that, that's mono. I believe that has a lot to do with why my blood cells are so low. I think that my poor body's just been fighting it off for years, and I think these viruses just hide in us sometimes. So I've actually been using a product called VIVI, and it's through, actually you can probably find it through a couple different places, but I get it with my chiropractor. You have to get someone like a nutritionist or someone, a doctor, to sign off on it, but or to buy it from, so you can discuss it with them. But it's basically what they use in the pandemic of the epidemic of 1918, the Spanish flu, to kill off the flu that was killing everyone. And that actually was studied to work really well. So I've been using that, and it's actually been boosting my Neupogen counts up. So for me, or my neutropenia counts. So for me, thank goodness for Neupogen. Thank goodness for these holistic things. So those are some ideas. If you have questions on VIBI, let me know. I'll give you more information directly. And then for my POTS syndrome, so that's my dysautonomia. If you get that dizziness, or there are so many people, especially women, but I think there are several men now that I'm hearing about that are misdiagnosed for it. If you get that dizziness, yuckiness, I use compression socks. I get whatever. But I know some people like more strength or less strength, or and the compression. I'm very lucky that it doesn't matter all the time. I do have leggings that on my bad days, they go all the way up to my tummy, and they're very tight. They're not easy to put on. I have to have my husband help, but they work amazingly. They keep that blood flowing up to my head. But I also, this, especially like in the winter, is when I usually have an easier time with it, with my POTS syndrome. And if I do have a day that's not good, this is on Amazon. It's not like super expensive. It's just a salt stick. And it's got like some of them, it's got buffered electrolytes. It's so nice. I feel better after I take it. I maybe take 2. It honestly depends on how I'm feeling. But anyway, my dad took this for running, and I ended up stealing it from him. So even if you're a runner out there, these are awesome to have. And then I see my interstitial cystitis. So if you are inflammation or anything, this might not even have to do with interstitial cystitis or endometriosis. You might just have some sort of inflammation in your body that you want to get rid of. So these are this is what I use. I use, first of all, I guess before we get into that, the pharmaceutical side of it that I love, I'm so grateful for, is my amitriptyline. It is, I was in such pain that I was always in the ER back and forth. Like I could barely go to work. I could barely do anything. I was sitting at home crying, and bam, these little buggers right here, amitriptyline, they have just given me so much to life. I'm so grateful. So I would, if you are definitely feeling that pain and you're just like, I just need it to stop, I'm going to continue with other things, but I just need an idea of something else that could help, maybe talk to your doctor about this. But I've got a whole bunch of holistic stuff for inflammation. So first of all, because of my inflammation in my bladder, I am constipated a lot. And recently, like very recently, I discovered Oxy powder. Oxy powder is amazing for me. It takes a couple days. I have to take like about 5 capsules, even though it says 4 capsules on the thing. But after about 2 or 3 days, thank goodness, it gives me some relief. And it kind of helps some of that pain and some of that bloat. Some other things that I use are my aloe juice. And that's actually new too, and it even if it doesn't help, it feels so good. So either way, I like it. It doesn't taste the best, but it feels good going down. And then anything amazing grass is awesome. That helps with veggies. It's really great to get a veggie intake, especially if you are suffering from interstitial cystitis. I've got as well turmeric. Taking it by the root is the best for inflammation, but if you're like me and you just got to go in the morning, sometimes I just take the 2 pills, so I love that. Turmeric's definitely done some great things for me, and I've been taking these in the morning, and then I do a turmeric root at night, so I'm hoping to continue that to kind of get my inflammation down again. And then over here, see, I have a lot. I've got my MSM. This powder is also really nice. It's this one, I think you can find it in most health food stores. It's got some really neat, it's just really helpful for that inflammation. Again, if you want more information on it, just message me, let me know. What does it say? I'm trying to read what it says. It helps with like insulin function, glucose metabolism, collagen production, keratin production for hair. So there's a lot of things that it does, and it gives you some relief if you're an allergy person, which I am. And then I've got this product, and I think it's Lorcidin, but they're just these pellets. I don't know if you can see. And I take a scoop of the pellets, and I've been taking them twice a day. I've heard that this helps with acne. I've heard that this helps with gut health. This helps boost immune system, which is perfect for COVID right now, keeping our bodies safe. But I just thought I would put that out there because this has been, and it helps us kind of keep that yeast down too if you're someone that has yeast infections a lot. I was even getting oral thrust a lot, and that's a really nice product. And then I've been using just any source of magnesium that you can get, especially if you are not going all the time because you're so inflamed, or maybe you have IBS, or I think it's called IBS-C, where you've got the IBS symptoms and you're constipated all the time. Like this, I got magnesium is gonna help with that. But obviously, I'm not a doctor. I don't know everything, but this is just what's helped me. I always, I know I started the videos late, I know I keep saying this, but everything pharmaceutical and everything holistic is amazing. And just try to be open to either side, because something might work for you that you were surprised of. I only thought pharmaceutical wise, and opening up my mind in college to some health, different holistic approaches has really helped me. In my next video, I'll talk about kind of my diet and how that's transformed over the years, because it started out with just taking out some things, and now I'm like, I feel like everyone jokes around that I just I can only have water, or that I'm too sensitive to water. So those are just some helpful tips. But if you need more ideas, the amount of things that I have in my kitchen right now from just years of trying things, and whether they work for me or didn't, they might work for someone else. So just let me know, and let me know what you think. I'm excited to hear from you all, and I hope you have a great night.